The job market right now is shit!
Is anyone else applying to jobs and going through the exact same thing? A job posted this week, over 100 applicants. Posted 5 hours ago, over 100 applicants. Okay, this is crazy. 1 hour.
But I find myself now in the position where it is near to impossible to get a job in the city. Now,
Situation in Canada is getting dire, y'all. People are finding it hard to get jobs nowadays. And a lot of them are crying out, are getting depressed, with the bills they have to pay. Even at the job fairs, look at the long lines. It's getting crazy. Let's listen to a couple of people.
At this point, I think I'm just gonna sell feet pics online for money because the job market right now is shit! I'm currently looking for a job and I don't have that much experience, so I'm just looking for an entry-level position, okay? Nothing too crazy. I'm like looking at these entry-level positions. Let me know why one of them said 8 fucking years of experience. 8 years? You see, I'm no mathematician, but I graduated from college 2 years ago, and the last time I checked, college was 4 years? So 4 plus 2 is 6, right? So the extra 2 years would have meant that I would have been in high school. 8 years of industrial experience, girl, I was still busy learning what the nucleus of a cell was. Like, you mean 8 years of industrial experience? No. Wait, but hold on, there's more. The tomfoolery doesn't end here. Nope. All of a sudden, all companies want to release ghost jobs where they just leave the position, but they never intend to fill it. So it's basically just rotting up there on the job board for like 6-7 months, and people are applying, getting their hopes up, and trying to get a new job, but clearly that job isn't meant to be filled. So like, why is it still there? You're wasting my time! I want a job and I want it now! I'm literally gonna pull a Katie Fang and start crying because of work. But the difference between me and her is that she actually has a job. Meanwhile, I don't. Oh my god. Wait, that makes it worse. Wait. Oh my god.
Is anyone else applying to jobs and going through the exact same thing? A job posted this week, over 100 applicants. Posted 5 hours ago, over 100 applicants. Okay, this is crazy. 1 hour ago, over 100 applicants. I actually feel like applying on LinkedIn and Indeed is dead. Well, it's alive. You'll just be applying against thousands of people. In 2025, I think I'm just going to be prioritizing networking, meeting people in person, making meaningful connections, and also private job boards.
in the past, when I would talk to people that I know who was out of work, who told me they were out of work for like 2, 3, 4, 5 months, even though I try hard to be not judgmental, there would always be a part of me that was thinking, you gotta be sabotaging yourself. There's something that you're doing to purposely not be hireable. Like, I wouldn't want to judge, but like, it was so hard to believe that someone who was actively looking for a job and who was qualified for a lot of jobs could not find a job. But I find myself now in the position where it is near to impossible to get a job in the city. Now, obviously, when you're in the market for a new job, you want to try to find a job that is similar to the previous job that you had, so that you can utilize your skill set and your, education and your experiences to be successful at your new job. So you don't have to go through all of this vigorous training and all of this stuff. But the fact of the matter is that a lot of the times when you try to find a job that was similar to the previous job that you had, there is going to be so many people that are equally, if not more qualified than you, more education, more work experience, better personality, can hold their fucking breath underwater longer than you, can run longer distance than you, that will make them a better candidate and will allow or make the hiring manager choose them over you. So after being rejected time and time again, you then look at the other side of the train track and say, you know what, let me go after a job where I might be overqualified. Maybe I might have to take a pay cut, but at the end of the day, the main goal is to get some sort of employment. But the problem you face with applying for a job that you're overqualified is that the hiring manager or the person that's, responsible for hiring, whatever, they look at your resume, they see your credentials, they see your work experience, they see your skill set, they see your education, and immediately think that because you're so overqualified, you're not serious about the job. The second that you find something better, you're out the door. So why waste time training you? Why waste time, why waste time and energy in you when you are not serious about staying long term? So on one end of the spectrum, you go after jobs that you are qualified for, and then obviously someone that's way more qualified gets it. And then when you go after jobs that you're overqualified for, then they're scared to choose you because they fear that you're just going to leave them. So then you're stuck in the middle, no job, wilting away like a fucking houseplant in the middle of winter. I swear, the longer you go with being unemployed, the more desperate you get, and your expectations dwindle. When I first was looking for a job, I was very specific in what I was looking for. You know, I looked at the pay, I looked at the, you know, obviously the qualifications, I looked at what I actually be doing. And at this point, after facing so much rejection, I will take a job fucking milking cows. I will take a job stomping fucking grapes to make wine at this point. Like, I say all of this to say this, like, just looking for a job is depressing, you know, and it's like a lose-lose situation. You put in the effort, you put in the time, you put in the dedication for nothing. Like, so I feel for everyone out there that is going through that, who have been out of work for months on end, I feel for you, okay? And I pray that you find your dream job, and I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna go fucking have a glass of wine with some gummy bears.
Is anyone else looking for a job right now in Ontario? I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but like, I've been in between jobs before and I found jobs or gotten interviews pretty quickly. Still took, you know, some time and lots of applying, but I've been applying to mostly like everything that's out there related to my field and even outside of my field. And even in general, just getting like the job notifications daily. There just isn't that many jobs out there, it seems. Like, and the jobs that are out there are all like contracts, like 12-month contracts, things like that. Even then I didn't get the job, you know? And I'd interview for some of these contract positions and it's like, yeah, you don't get any vacation, you don't get any benefits, and it's a 9-month contract. It's just like, okay. You know, like there always were contracts here and there, but it just seems like very prevalent right now. Like, especially even with like the big companies are doing it. Whereas before you'd see it, but like the big companies usually be like a permanent position. But yeah, I don't know. Is anyone else experiencing this? I read something the other day. I think Ontario's unemployment rate is up to like 7%, which is the highest, I believe, since the pandemic. And the highest before that, it's the highest since, I think like 2014. So I don't know what's going on, but yeah, it's a weird time, you know? I'm in like the creative space, so I don't know if it's just the creative space or if everyone across different fields are feeling this, but it's tough out there.
So apparently McDonald's is gonna hire 20,000 new people in the summer. I think that's cap, because why have I not gotten a call back on all the many different positions that I've applied for? Same as Tim Hortons, same as all the other fast food places. When I was 16, I can easily get a job in Canada. A lot of young adults like me and teenagers are currently looking for jobs and we're not getting calls back. It's very frustrating and it does cause depression, because when you're constantly handing out resumes and nobody's calling you back, that's not normal. I feel like the only proper thing a young adult can do now is start their own business, because we clearly can't be working for anybody, because no one's gonna fucking hire us. Even when they say that they're hiring, they're not hiring. Jobs will literally have a poster on their window saying now hiring, and then when you go to hand a resume in, they look all confused. Literally feels like I'm begging here, like I'm begging for a job, like I have to give them like my soul. Because every single day, me and millions of other Canadians are handing out resume after resume after resume and still hearing nothing back from literal fast food places.